Hi, a very good evening to all of you. Today we are going to see a complex task one, that is a manufacturing process of frozen meat pies. That is, this is a process diagram. So this is a diagram which has to be, because all the process um, are to be written in present tense. So it's a habitual action, so it happens. So we have to write it in present tense is the first thing that we have to remember. Another thing that we can go, this is multiple diagrams. So we have a lot of data here. We need to make this thing concise. So summarize the information. So we need to summarize the information. So this is a very vast information you have. You have a lot of things here. You have the first picture here, the second picture here, the third picture here, and we have to summarize these uh, three diagrams in to a short paragraph, one or two short paragraphs. So this is the challenge ahead of you right now. Now, when we look closer, we can see that the title here, Meat Pie Production Line Part 1, Meat Pie Production Line Part 2, and this is a finished meat pie. So we have to summarize all the three things. When we see Meat Pie Production Line Part 1, we can say that potatoes are coming here. Potatoes, this is a first ingredient of the meat pie. So when the potatoes are harvested, it can be edible up to 2 months. So these, so yeah, 1 month or 2 months potatoes are transported to the manufacturing unit and it is stored. So as we demand this thing, these potatoes are cleaned, peeled, and sliced. So this is irrelevant. So waste disposal. We don't have the relevance there. Now we can see some arrow here, and it's continuing in production line 2. It's boiling, chilling, storing, and all these things. So we have in production line 1 another thing, that is the beef. Beef is delivered, refrigerated beef is delivered to the unit, and it is defrost. So we have to see one more thing, 2 weeks or less. So we take the beef not older than 2 weeks after the slaughtering occurs. After the slaughtering occurs, then we can take the beef up to 2 weeks. And this beef, when it is defrosted from and then it is, so we can say defrosted beef, we add salt and pepper, and we heat it in the oven for removing for the cooking. So when the cooking is over, we just remove the fat and cut it into small pieces. So we have to pack in the microwave oven, microwave containers. So we have to make the cooked beef to pieces. And when it is cut to pieces, after that, we have to go for a quality check, a quality inspection. And after that, this meat is put in containers or respective containers. This is what the whole process is. So we can see the potatoes, We can see the beef. This is in production line 1. When moves to production line 2, the potatoes which are stored here, sliced and stored, is boiled, still chilled, and then stored for this thing. So there is, you can see a conveyor belt coming, and that the plates of the pie with the beef at the bottom. It's coming here, and when it reaches here, we add peas and carrots. That's a second layer. Peas and carrots there in the second layer. So, on top of that, we pour the prepared gravy. So gravy is there. Yes, this is the gravy sauce. It is dipped in the gravy sauce. Okay. And now on the top, we add the cooked potatoes. Cooked potatoes are there on top. And then what we can say, we can see that thing is wrapped manually, and then it is frozen and dispatched. So if you see closer, this is the finished meat pie. So it's a microwavable plastic container, meat layer, gravy sauce, pea and carrot layer, potato layer. So all these things are understood. So this is such a complex thing. We need to cut short a lot of these. We need to summarize the data. Frozen meat pie production in its 2 production lines is depicted in the given diagrams. You can see there 1, 2, 3. This is the meat pie production. Overall, it is clear that the pie production requires beef as the primary ingredient. You can see there in the picture, along with prepared peas, carrots, gravy, arranged in layers in a microwavable container. You can see the summary of this picture here. Beef as the primary component or ingredient, along with the prepared potatoes. Potatoes are here, peas are here, carrots are here, and gravy arranged in layers in a microwavable container. Now we have classified the data to 2 paragraphs, that is the first line production and the second line production. In the first line production, frozen beef which is not older than 2 weeks after slaughter is transported into the unit. So, excuse me. Frozen beef which is not older than 2 weeks after slaughtering is transported in the unit. You can see there, frozen meat is transported into the unit, not older than 2 weeks. It is then defrosted and cooked to desired temperature in the oven after salt and pepper toppings. Defrosted, it is heated in the oven after adding salt and pepper. Yeah. Fat from the cooked beef slices is removed in the next step, and the pieces are cut smaller. Here the fat removal and pieces are cut smaller. Manual things here. After the quality check, these are arranged manually at the bottom of the containers. So this is the quality check, and these pieces are arranged manually at the bottom of the containers. Okay. And this thing goes on. So the thing goes on there. Simultaneously, potatoes which are not older than 2 months of harvest are delivered to the unit and stored. So no older than 2 months, they are delivered to the store. This is this thing. As per the demand, these are cleaned, peeled, sliced, and kept ready for the second line production. Cleaned, peeled, sliced, and kept ready for the second line production. Yes. The sliced potatoes are chilled immediately after boiling and are stored in this second line of production. Yeah, it is boiled, chilled, and stored. Yes. On to the beef milk containers, which are placed above the rotating conveyor belt. Prepared peas and carrots are dropped at the next station. Prepared gravy is poured. So on to this conveyor belt where this thing is placed, what the microwavable containers with beef is placed, we can see prepared peas and carrots, and then prepared gravy is poured. At the next station, prepared potatoes are topped. Yes. The containers are then wrapped, frozen, and either stored or dispatched. So containers are wrapped manually, frozen, and either stored or dispatched. So we have summarized all the three pictures in 2 paragraphs. And this is the third picture. You can see, oh yeah, I can say the overall there, what the content of this file. So the explanation is clear. Can I look at, you can also look at this thing once. Okay. Thank you.